All right, let's talk about something that can either make or break your night at the bowling alley. Yet we rarely give it the credit or maybe the critique it deserves. Bowling shoes?
Ah, yes. The rentals.
You know, the ones.
Hmm.
Those slightly sticky, suspiciously pre-worn, sometimes too snug, sometimes too loose things that kind of dictate your slide.
Whether you want them to or not.
Exactly. For a lot of us, they're just, part of the deal. A necessary evil. But what if I told you that the right pair of bowling shoes isn't just about comfort? What if it's about unlocking like a whole new level of consistency and just more fun? Today, we're diving deep into navigating the surprisingly complex world of bowling shoes, specifically to help you make that smart, confident first purchase.
Yeah, that's really our mission today. We want to go beyond just, what's on the shelf. We want to unpack why owning your own bowling shoes can be such a game changer, especially for a newer bowler.
Right?
Think about it. Better comfort, definitely better consistency in your game, and honestly, even long-term savings.
Oh, the savings, yeah.
It adds up, like maybe $5 a visit for rentals. That stacks up really fast.
Faster than you think.
So yeah, we're going to look at the different shoe types, break down the key features, soles, heels, that kind of stuff, and then hit the really crucial part, getting the fit right. Get ready to literally step up your game.
I can absolutely relate to the rental shoe problems. The cost, like you said, it adds up.
Yeah.
And let's not even get into the hygiene questions.
Yeah. That's not to think too hard about that.
Right. But, okay, beyond just not sharing sweaty shoes, what's the immediate, tangible benefit? If someone's just starting to take bowling a bit more seriously, what do they get?
Oh, the immediate benefits are really noticeable. They kick in pretty much from the first time you wear them. First off, comfort. Big one. Your own shoes break in, they mold to your feet.
Okay.
You get this familiar, consistent feel every single time you step up.
Which probably helps with confidence, too.
Exactly. And that leads right into the second benefit, better consistency in your actual game. When your feet are comfortable and stable, your whole approach becomes more reliable, more repeatable.
You're not fighting the shoes.
Right. You're not thinking about, oh, my toe is pinching, or am I going to slide too much or too little? You're focused on the shot. And like you mentioned, the savings long-term are pretty significant. Even for someone bowling, say, once a month, that's $60 a year right there.
Wow. Yeah.
So a good pair of shoes isn't just, buying gear. It's really an investment in enjoying the sport more, maybe even getting better. It genuinely elevates the whole experience.
Okay. I'm sold. Personal shoes are the way to go.
Yeah.
But when you start looking, it can feel a bit overwhelming. Lots of options.
It can seem that way.
So let's unpack this for our listener who's ready to ditch the rentals. It seems like it boils down to two main categories: athletic and performance.
That's right.
For someone just starting out or maybe getting a bit more serious after years of just renting,
Yeah.
where should they begin?
For that first-time buyer, athletic-style bowling shoes are almost always the best bet. Hands down.
Athletic style. So like sneakers.
Exactly. They're designed to look and feel a lot like traditional sneakers. Comfortable, familiar, not intimidating. They're a really significant upgrade for recreational bowlers, beginners, or even folks just joining a casual league for fun.
Okay.
It's a noticeable step up from rentals in fit, how long they last, even just how they look.
So they look like regular sneakers, but they are still bowling shoes. What's the key thing that makes them work for bowling compared to just wearing, running shoes?
Good question. The defining feature, the really important bit, is their universal slide soles.
Universal slide soles, meaning?
Meaning both shoes have a slide sole on the bottom, not just one.
Ah, all right.
This makes them ambidextrous, super convenient for casual bowlers, doesn't matter if you're righty or lefty.
Right, you just put them on.
You just put them on, ready to go. And that's the crucial difference from street shoes, which have grippy rubber on both feet.
Which would make you stick. Badly.
Yeah, you'd stick on the approach, could even trip you up. It's dangerous.
So it sounds like for someone moving up from rentals, these athletic shoes kind of hit that sweet spot. All the main benefits, but not too complicated.
Precisely. For a beginner, the pros are really clear. That immediate jumping comfort, that familiar feel, it's huge. Makes those early games way more enjoyable, more consistent.
Makes sense.
They're easy to use, pretty affordable usually, and honestly, they come in a ton of styles now.
Are there any downsides?
Well, if we're being fair, the main things are those slide soles are fixed. You can't replace them when they wear out.
Okay.
And having slide on both feet does mean you have a bit less braking power compared to more advanced shoes. The performance features are just limited.
Gotcha. So limited, but great for starting out.
Absolutely.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. So if athletic shoes are the starting point, then performance bowling shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the next level up, something maybe you grow into.
Exactly. Think of performance shoes as being built for the more serious bowler, maybe league players, competitive bowlers.
And what's the main difference there? What makes them performance?
The key difference is their hand-specific design. They're actually made differently for right-handed versus left-handed bowlers.
Oh, interesting. Why?
It's crucial because your dominant push-off foot, the one you plant and push from, needs grip, so it gets a traction sole.
Okay.
But your other foot, the slide foot, needs to slide smoothly, so that one gets the slide sole.
Ah, so one of each.
Yeah.
Specific jobs for each foot.
Right, and that setup gives you much better stability, more power in your push-off, and more consistency through your whole approach and release. Now, while your first pair will probably be athletic, it's good to know this path exists.
Yeah.
You'll see different types, like some performance shoes have fixed soles, but with that traction slide difference. Others have replaceable soles, so you can swap out the slide part or the traction part. And then at the top end, you get replaceable everything shoes. Total customization.
Okay, that sounds intense.
It allows for incredible control, adapting to different lane conditions. But yeah, it's a bigger investment, and usually a bit more upkeep is involved.
So bottom line for our listener making their first buy.
Mm-hmm.
Athletic shoes are the smart move. Huge upgrade from rentals, gets you comfortable, gets you consistent, without needing all those advanced bells and whistles right away.
Couldn't have said it better.
But good to know that as your game develops, there's a clear path forward to those super customizable performance shoes if you want it.
Definitely.
All right, let's zoom in a bit. Let's talk about the specific parts of the shoe that really affect how you play, even in athletic shoes, and definitely if you ever upgrade. We're talking soles, heels, even how they lace up.
Yeah, this is where understanding the mechanics really helps you choose wisely. Let's start with slide soles.
Okay.
Their main job, obviously, is to control your slide during the approach and release. Now, as we said, athletic shoes, they come with fixed slide soles. What you see is what you get.
Right.
But performance shoes often have replaceable slide soles. This is a big deal.
Why is that?
Two main reasons. One, longer shoe life. The sole wears out. Just pop in a new one. Cheaper than a whole new shoe.
Smart. And two.
Two, and this is really cool, adjustable slide level.
Adjustable slide. Okay, now you've got my attention. How does that work? Sticky lanes are the worst.
It absolutely can help with that. These replaceable soles come in different materials, different textures, and they often have numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah, think of it like a scale. A higher number usually means more slide. Good for sticky approaches. A lower number means more grip, less slide. Better if the approach feels slick.
Whoa. So you can actually tune your shoes to the lane conditions.
Exactly. Humidity making the approach sticky. Pop on a higher number sole. Feel like you're slipping too much. Go for a lower number. It gives you control over how much you slide instead of the lane dictating it.
That is a level of detail I genuinely never considered.
Oh.
So cool. Okay, so that's slide soles. What about the opposite? The traction sole.
Right, the traction sole. Equally important, especially on those performance shoes where it's on your dominant push-off foot.
The grippy one.
The grippy one, yeah. It provides the stability you need to plant your foot firmly and generate power pushing off. And just like the slide soles, if they're replaceable, they often offer custom traction control. Also, usually numbered.
Same system. Higher number, more slide.
Actually, here it's often reversed. For traction soles, lower numbers typically provide more grip, more bite. Higher numbers allow a bit more slide or less resistance during the push-off.
Okay, interesting. So you can fine-tune both the slide and the push-off grip.
Precisely. You can personalize that resistance to match your style and strength. And again, being able to replace just the traction sole when it wears down saves money and keeps the shoe performing well.
Man, it's like building a custom setup for your feet. Which brings us to the heels. I imagine they're pretty important for, stopping without sliding into the pins.
Yeah, absolutely critical. The heel of your bowling shoe is basically your brake system.
Your brake, okay.
It's what controls your slide and brings you to a smooth, balanced stop during that final step. How smoothly or abruptly you stop affects your timing, your balance, your release, everything.
And let me guess. Replaceable heels on performance shoes.
You got it. Another feature usually found on performance models allows for customizable brake control.
So even the braking has this level of tuning. What's a common mistake people make with heels? Or how do you know if yours isn't right?
That's a great question. I think the most common mistake is just not realizing how much the heel matters to their stop. If you feel like you're sliding way past your mark or maybe stopping too suddenly, jarringly, your heel might be mismatched for you or the conditions.
Okay.
So replaceable heels come in different materials and textures too, and guess what?
Numbers?
Often, yes, usually a numbered scale. And on this scale, higher numbers generally provide less braking power, meaning you'll slide a bit more or further. Lower numbers offer more brake, a quicker, firmer stop.
So you can adjust how hard you hit the brakes.
Exactly. Fine-tune it to your personal preference, your delivery style, and again, the lane conditions. Humidity, the type of finish on the approach, it all affects friction. Being able to swap heels is huge for adaptability.
And, same benefit, extends the life of the shoe.
Yep. Wear out the brake pad, just replace the heel, cost effective. Plus, the right heel setup genuinely improves performance and safety. Fewer slips, better balance.
Incredible. It really is like a modular system for your feet that can grow with you. Okay, shifting gears slightly from the bottom of the shoe to the top. Let's talk closure types. How the shoe fastens. Does that really impact things much, even for a first pair?
Oh, it absolutely can. It impacts fit, convenience, and even security. The most common, the classic, is laces.
Yep, know those.
Right. Secure, very adjustable fit. You can really dial it in. They're easy to replace if one breaks. Lots of performance shoes even come with an extra pair. Familiar, reliable, usually budget-friendly. Main drawback is they can loosen up a bit during play if you don't tie them really securely. And, they take a moment longer to tie and untie compared to other options.
Okay, so what are the other options? Something quicker, maybe?
Well, you've got Velcro straps. These offer a much simpler way to fasten the shoe.
Like on kids' shoes?
Sometimes, yeah, but also popular with seniors or just anyone who wants maximum ease, super fast to put on and take off, but generally less adjustable than laces. You can't fine-tune the tightness quite as much. And Velcro itself can wear out over time, lose its stickiness, and even simpler are slip-on bowling shoes.
No laces, no straps.
None at all. Just slide your foot in, totally hassle-free, convenient, quick, nothing to break.
Sounds good, but what's the catch?
The big catch is zero adjustability. The fit has to be perfect right out of the box. If it's a little loose or tight, you're stuck. And for bowlers with really aggressive footwork, they might not feel quite as secure.
Right. Makes sense. And then there's that fancy dial thing I've seen on, like, cycling shoes or snowboard boots.
Yes, the BOA closure system.
That's it.
Yeah, you see it on some premium, higher-end performance bowling shoes. It uses a little micro-adjustable dial connected to thin, strong wire laces.
That does work.
You turn the dial to tighten it, clicks into place. Need to loosen? Just pop the dial out. It's fantastic for really quick, one-handed adjustments, even mid-game if you need to.
Cool.
It gives incredibly even pressure across the top of the foot, which is great for comfort over long periods. And they're built to be really durable.
Sounds perfect. Cons.
Main cons are really just cost and availability. You'll typically only find BOA on the more expensive premium models, so a higher initial investment.
Okay, lots to think about just for how the shoe closes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this all sounds great. The soles, the heels, the closures. But you touched on this earlier, and it feels super important. Even the most tricked-out, feature-packed shoe is kind of useless if it doesn't fit right.
Absolutely paramount. Maybe the most important thing, especially for that first purchase.
So what are the crucial things our listener needs to get right when it comes to fit and comfort? Any common mistakes to avoid?
Yeah, definitely. Ill-fitting shoes are just miserable. They
Right.
cause discomfort. They can totally mess up your approach, your timing, and honestly, they can even lead to blisters or worse, actual injuries.
Ouch. Okay, so tip number 1.
Tip number 1, shop later in the day. Seriously.
Why is that?
Your feet naturally swell throughout the day. They can expand up to half a size. Trying shoes on in the evening after you've been on your feet gives you the most accurate measure for how they'll feel during a longer bowling session.
Smart. So no impulse buys on your lunch break.
Probably not the best idea, no. Second, try before you buy, if you possibly can, go to a pro shop. Or if you're ordering online, see if they have a good return policy and maybe order 2 sizes your usual street shoe size and maybe a half size up or down depending on reviews.
And just return the one that doesn't fit.
Exactly. Your street shoe size is a starting point, but bowling shoe sizing isn't always identical. Trying them on is key. Keep the best fit. And related to that, know that brands fit differently. Just like sneakers or dress shoes, a size 10 in one brand might feel different from a size 10 in another. Even different models within the same brand can vary.
Right.
Materials matter too. So check the brand sizing chart online, read reviews if you can. People often comment on whether a shoe runs true to size, narrow, or wide.
Speaking of wide,
Yes. Point 4. Consider width and toe box space. If you know you have wide or narrow feet, actively look for brands or models that offer width options. And make sure your toes aren't getting pinched or crammed. You need a little wiggle room.
okay. And last thing,
Remember that some shoes, particularly performance models with maybe stiffer materials, might need a little break-in time. Don't judge them harshly after just 3 frames. Give them a few games to sort of mold to your foot shape.
gotcha. So be patient, but prioritize that initial comfort and proper sizing.
Absolutely. Good fit prevents pain, helps your mechanics, prevents injury. It really is the foundation.
Okay, awesome advice.
Mm.
Before we wrap this up, any quick practical tips on accessories? Things that might help extend shoe life or just make things easier, even for someone with their first pair.
Yeah, good call. A few simple things can make a difference. Obviously, if you end up with performance shoes down the line, having extra soles and heels on hand is great for tuning.
Right.
But even for athletic shoes, shoe covers, sometimes called protectors, are fantastic. Little slip-on booties.
Oh, they do.
They protect your slide soles when you're off the lane. Walking around the concourse, grabbing a drink, going to the restroom. You don't want dirt, moisture, or sticky stuff getting on your slide sole. It ruins the consistency.
Ah, smart. Keeps the slide sole clean and sliding properly.
Exactly. A shoe brush, just a simple wire brush, is also great for cleaning slide soles and brake heels. Just a quick brush before you bowl can knock off any debris and keep the performance consistent. And some bowlers use a powder or spray called Smooth Slide or something similar to add a bit more slide if they hit a really sticky approach.
Is that allowed?
It usually is in casual play, but just a heads up for anyone thinking about leagues or tournaments. The USBC, that's the United States Bowling Congress, they have specific rules about substances you can apply to your shoes, like Rule 12. So always good to check if you plan on competing seriously.
Good to know. Keep it legal.
Always. So yeah, as we've kind of unpacked today, investing in your own bowling shoes, even starting with a solid pair of athletic ones, it just offers so much value.
For consistency.
Comfort consistency saves you money in the long run compared to rentals. And just understanding the basics, athletic versus performance, what soles and heels do, how closures work, why fit is king, it really empowers you to make a much smarter choice for your game. Which, raises an interesting question.
Yeah. What's that?
Well, think about it.
Okay. What does taking control of something like your bowling shoe selection, really digging into the details of soles and heels and fit, what does that tell you about the hidden layers of mastery, maybe, in activities that seem simple on the surface? That's interesting. Like finding the complexity in the everyday.
Kind of.
How might understanding the subtleties of your gear, whether it's bowling shoes or something else, empower you in other areas? How could that meticulous approach transform just casual fun into, well, genuine skill and deeper enjoyment? Something to think about.